Bionic Gloves presents the Hands-On Golf Podcast, bringing anatomy and hand function to the forefront of glove design to improve comfort, fit, and performance. Bionic is a division of Hilrick & Bradsby Company, makers of Louisville Slugger bats and ball gloves. Bionic gloves are the only gloves designed by a leading orthopedic hand surgeon, Dr. Jim Kleinert.
Welcome everyone to this edition of the Bionic Gloves Hands-On Golf Podcast. My name is Chaz Raw. I'm your host and welcome. Welcome back to the Jeffersonville Elks Club here in Jeffersonville, Indiana. And let's get right into this week's email that comes in from Marvin. And he's a firm believer in leaving the course in better condition than when he got there. And he wants to ask the PGA Pro here, which is Joe Frederick, about how do I do this for fixing a ball mark on the green as well as fixing a divot on the fairway. Well, Marvin, thank you. This is a great question because we always want to leave the golf course in better condition than when we were there, when before we got there. So we're going to talk to Joe about that. And just remember, for your participation in this podcast, you're going to get, yes, the official Bionic glove as a gift for your great email. And if you would like to participate in this podcast, it's really easy. All you got to do is send us an email, podcast@bionicgloves.com. Send us your question, your name, your full address, what size glove you wear, and whether you're right, left-handed. If we use your question, we will fire one of these out to you as soon as we use it in a podcast. So everyone, thank you for your continued support of this podcast. Please tell all your golf buddies, and please visit the bionicgloves.com/podcast page. Please take the survey, and please add your feedback in iTunes as well as when you get a chance. So now everyone, let's go visit Joe on the course so that we can correct any bad ball marks or divots that we may have made during our practice in this edition of the Bionic Gloves Hands-On Golf Podcast. Hey Joe.
Yeah, Chaz.
Hey, I've got a question here from a viewer. You got a moment?
Yeah, sure do. You bet.
Well, this one comes in from Marvin. He wants to know about proper etiquette of fixing a ball mark on the green as well as a divot on the fairway. Could you help us with that?
Yeah, I sure can. That's a very good area, very good questions to ask as far as taking care. Tell you what, let me hit this shot here to the green, and then we'll go over the ball marks on the greens here first. When we talk about etiquette of the golf course and keeping it the way we found it is what we like to say. And as far as fixing ball marks on the green, there's a very simple way to do that really helps the health of the green. A lot of misconceptions out there on what to do. A very simple way, and even for old ball marks when you're on the green, it's always good to fix at least 2 or 3 while you're up there. It really helps the golf course out. But if we take ball marks, obviously we all have what we call divot tools to repair the ball marks. And basically you want something good straight edge all the way down. This helps us to core out the ball mark. Basically when the ball hits the green, that spot is pretty much dead. So what we want to do is we want to core that area out, kind of like a aerification. If I got a ball mark here in the green, what I want to do is take the divot tool and stick it all the way down into the green, and then basically what we want to do is start to twist. This gives us that coring motion that we're talking about and gets the dead spot out of the green. Then we want to grab with our hand and basically lift. This is all the dead area. We can take that, throw it off to the side of the green, and then kind of tap in the hole there, and then we want to basically stick our divot tool in on the outside and always push towards the middle. We never want to lift or twist as we do this, because if we lift or twist, it tears the roots out in the green, and that's what makes a green unhealthy. And then basically we can tap it down with our hand. You can use your putter, you can step on it, many ways to pat that down, and it brings the grass back to the middle to where the grass is a little more together and you don't have that dead spot on the green there. Now Chaz, as far as divots go in the fairway, a lot of it depends on taking care of it, the surface that you're hitting off of. Here at the Jeff Elks, where I'm at, our golf course, we have 2 different types of grass in our fairway. We have Bermuda in most of our fairways, and then a lot of our greenbacks are bent. So when you take divots from the Bermuda is a very strong grass, and it doesn't need a whole lot of surface to cover up. So with Bermuda, you never really want to take your divot the grass that you knock out and put back, that Bermuda will take care of recovering itself. We do provide here, again at our golf course, sand on the golf course, which a lot of clubs do. You can replace it with sand, and that helps the Bermuda grow over a little bit, gives it some place to spread. But also, like what we have here, the divot we've made is in our bent, which is in our green surrounds. We want to take the grass that we knocked away, and we basically want to pick that up and bring it back, because the grass, you can see still the roots are still healthy enough and new that they can actually reattach themselves to the surface. And then we basically want to step down as if that divot was no longer there. And again, it goes back to always trying to leave the golf course the way you found it, because if somebody's golf ball behind us playing rolls into this spot, they're going to have a pretty solid surface to be hitting their shot off of. We never want to be hitting out of somebody else's divots.
So what do you do with the sand then?
The sand, again, would be for our Bermuda fairways to fill in that area. You don't want to put the grass back into the Bermuda. But here we put sand on our carts to put the sand into the fairway, the Bermuda grass, and again, it gives it an area to grow to. Bermuda's a real strong grass that's going to spread real quickly, so the grass is able to grow through that sand and give it some place to spread to.
Great, well thank you.
Okay, thanks Chaz.